Hi, I'm Alan.
Sorry I'm late. I couldn't find our script.
Oh, well, your office area wouldn't exactly win an award for tidiness.
Well, maybe not, but if I was competing against your office area.
Okay, so maybe we could both use some organizing tips.
Definitely, but that could take all day.
Yeah. Oh, so let's use this episode to provide some tips for organizing content in Talon.
Oh, good idea. There are a lot of different ways you can organize your content. The key is to be consistent and purposeful. First, think about why you want to structure your content in the way you do.
Probably the most common method of organization is a weekly structure, or one module per each week. When your content breaks neatly into weeks, this makes a lot of logical sense. You'll add all of the content and assignments for that week in that module.
Be sure to name the module something more meaningful than just week 1. Try to include what the students will be learning that week, such as week 1, Introduction to Wizardry.
The challenge with the weekly structure is that sometimes you have content that spreads across multiple weeks. Students don't always think to look ahead without some extra communication from the instructor.
Another method is organizing content by chapter, especially useful when the course follows closely to a textbook.
Yeah, in each module you'll include readings, supplementary materials, and other assignments, all related to that one chapter.
Again, you'll want to make your module titles more meaningful than just Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and so on.
Yeah. Related to this, you could organize by topic or theme if you are using a textbook plus other readings or no textbook at all. Topic or theme organization can be really helpful.
This may also be useful if you use a textbook, but don't cover the chapters in sequential order.
If you have several chapters or topics that fall under a unit, consider a unit level structure. You can create a few units and add submodules for the individual chapters or the topics that fall within that unit.
This really helps students see the connections between the different topics in the course. This also helps shorten up the table of contents, giving the appearance of a very tidy course.
Mm-hmm. Using the module-submodule method of organization can mean more clicks for the student, so this can be a little more difficult to find content. But if you're going to use submodules, just be sure to put all of your content inside of a submodule. Avoid putting some content in submodules and some content outside of submodules.
Another general tip for modules or submodules is to include more than just one item in a module or submodule. Too many submodules can lead to overwhelming and unnecessary clicking.
Yeah. A last, somewhat less common method of organization is by item type. You might have a module for all of your readings, one for discussion, one for assignments, and one module for exams.
This method easily allows you to span assignments across multiple weeks.
Just be sure to make the course schedule clear and accessible to students, or use the calendar in Talon.
Again, whatever method you choose, the key is to be relentlessly consistent and justified in your approach.
In a face-to-face class, walk them through the structure of your course on the first day of class. And in an online course, consider recording a short video explaining the structure and touring the course.
And stay tuned for our next episode on organizing your kitchen cabinets.
That's a joke, I think.
Maybe. We'll find out. Thanks for watching.